All right, we welcome you back here to Fifth Third Field. We want to update you on what is going on tonight for Winterfest. The Toledo Walleye taking on the Fort Wayne Komets. On the set right now to my left is Toledo Walleye President Joe Napoli. On my right is the Commissioner of the ECHL, Brian McKenna. Brian, I'm going to start with you. Update us on where we're at here for this game.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to postpone the game tonight after a long deliberation, consultation with the Walleye, the Komets, the Ice People, the League, and we've made the determination that there's no choice but to postpone the game until tomorrow. The reason for that is simple. It basically came down to a situation, we allowed the players to go through the warm-up. After the warm-up, certainly the ice conditions in terms of being playable, puck movement, those sorts of things, there were issues. The main concern though was the condensation, the moisture, on the visors of the players, and we had safety concerns there about putting the players in that situation. In addition to that, this is a game for first place. We wanted it to be played under the best possible conditions, and certainly by the forecast, the conditions tomorrow are going to be much more palatable than the conditions today. So for those reasons, that's why the game has been postponed. I'll allow Joe to fill you in later in terms of what the details are.
One question that I'm sure a lot of folks are going to wonder, Bowling Green and Robert Morris played earlier today. The Toledo alumni also went out on the ice and played. What's the differences there?
Well, the college game today at noon, certainly they've had a lot of rain since that time when they played their game, number one. Number two, they didn't have the visor issue in terms of visibility for the simple fact that they wore cages instead of the visors. So a big difference there. And I think, again, going back to player safety and the consultation with players on both teams, that's why we made the decision to postpone, do it tomorrow under better conditions.
All right, Joe, the postponement to tomorrow. 5 o'clock, Toledo and Fort Wayne will play. Give us the details.
Yeah, well, we're gonna play tomorrow at 5. Drop the puck at 5. We're gonna open gates about an hour and a half earlier, around 3:30. We are absolutely thrilled with the number of people that came out tonight, despite the challenging conditions. And we really wholeheartedly wanted to get the game in this evening. But when you factor in all of the things that Brian mentioned, it unfortunately just not able to get it done. So what we have going on now is all of the Walleye players were great. They're going to be out at the exits to basically say thank you to all of our fans and thank them for coming out tonight. So we were thrilled with the fact that the players are happy to do it. And as much as we'd love to be playing right now, unfortunately, it's not going to work out that way. Everyone is welcome to stick around. One thing that we do in Toledo is we know how to throw a party. So there's several thousand people here right now having a great time. We're not trying to push anybody out of the door, so they're more than welcome to stay, enjoy themselves, and say have a great time as they are right now. And again, on the exit, look for the Walleye players because they're going to be thanking everyone for being here.
And tickets for tomorrow, Joe?
So all of the tickets that were good for today's game will be good for tomorrow's game. So the seats that you have for this evening will be honored tomorrow.
There you go. And plus, we'd still like to break the previous record, 11,222 last week.
We would love, and the conditions tomorrow, from what we've been told, are going to be great hockey conditions. So could be in the 30s, maybe even in the 20s. We might even get some snow flurries. So it would be a great way to wrap up Winterfest week with a hockey game between the two first place or we're 1 point behind. Obviously, we'd love to be in first place after tomorrow evening's game, but it will be under better conditions than we would have had to face this evening.
Absolutely. So make sure you get your tickets. Come down to Fifth Third Field for the Toledo Walleye and the Fort Wayne Komets. Sunday evening, 5 o'clock will be the start. The gates will open, as Joe said, an hour and a half prior to the game. That's your update on this game tonight from Fifth Third Field.